Welcome to the fitness podcast Beyond the Workout, featuring your host, Coach E, where we give you health and fitness tips that go beyond the gym and help you along your fitness journey. So stay tuned and enjoy the show. Hey everyone, Coach E here. It is late and I just decided I want to do another show for you. And particularly because the last show you heard, I had my friend Joel Mollison on there. If you haven't listened to it, I'd say go back, listen to the show. Now, I'm not going to tell you what show it was because um, I've seen people do podcasts and they kind of forget. Oh, it was show number so and so. So just look for the one talks about real talk or something like that, and you'll see a little picture of Joel. But in the show notes, it should tell you. But the reason I wanted to come on here to emphasize a little bit more of what we had spoken about, Joel and I, and I'm talking to you using my MacBook microphone because my trusty old mic here, which works really good for podcasts, it's not working. I don't know why it won't come on. I guess I have to go ahead and invest in another one. But in particular, I wanted to talk to you all who are in my age range. Now, Joel just turned 51, so he's in the age range of the folks that I like to train. And the reason I like to train those who are older because they don't need to do too much, and they're not like some of your young ones out there. Now, your young ones probably think you're invincible. You can move this way, move that way, but everybody needs to start with the foundation, and it's usually my older ones who have been kind of inactive when it comes to exercise for a while, that they need to start and build a foundation. And so that's what I wanted to tap into. A lot of times we get in here and we think, oh, this is a personal trainer. He's going to talk about I got to work out, I got to work out, I got to eat right. If you listen to that last show, you know that Joel knows what he has to do, but his life has other things that just occupy his time. And listening to how busy he is at work, he's also busy in his congregation. He's married and he loves food. He tells you he loves food, and I would never tell anyone to don't eat certain things unless it's really bad for you. But the thing that I wanted to emphasize to each and every one of you out there, young or old, get your mind right. That's what I was trying to teach him. The tip I mentioned to him is to put yourself in a happy place, meaning look back and think about when did you feel good? What made you feel good? What are some happy moments in your life? When you wake up, reflect back on that. And that it really does work because you may look at me and look at all these other fitness coaches and trainers and think, wow, they could do this every day. It's easy for them. Well, it isn't. To be honest, TBH, it is not easy. So in that last show, I mentioned to Joel when I started a secular job, working a 9 to 5, I told myself, I decided, okay, I'm going to get up every day except for Sundays because the body needs a break. But every day I'm getting on my elliptical machine for 20 minutes. Now, when it gets better, weather gets better, I'm probably going to put on my weighted vest and go walking for 20 minutes. But there are days where I struggle to find that happy moment and then say, let's get on that elliptical. So if that doesn't work for you, let's just say I can't keep thinking about, oh, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. There are other things you can do to to make your fitness journey, your goals in health work for you. Now, I just read, and I keep emphasizing these books that I'm reading, and haven't told you the other two. I'm still reading this book, Happiness Advantage, And one thing it mentioned, which I thought was so cool, is to make what you're going to do a rule. And I might not get this right. You might read the book and say, you were wrong about that. Oh, Coachy. Hey, it's how I interpreted it in my head. But what you do is like, let me give you an example of a rule. Maybe you say the rule is I won't eat breakfast until I've done 20 minutes of exercise. That could be outside walking. That could be getting on your treadmill, on your elliptical. So you might say, okay, that's the rule number one. Don't eat breakfast until I get a low impact cardio exercise in. That's your rule. You stick to it, write it down, you might follow it. Uh, you could have another one after I eat breakfast. I'm going to do my 20 minutes of low impact cardio. And it might be 15 minutes because what I told him there, it doesn't have to be 20 minutes. It could be 10 minutes, it could be 15 minutes, but 15 to 20 minutes is usually a good range to follow. And another thing I wanted to talk to you all about with that is make sure that if you're new to this, I want you to erase all of the social media fitness influencers that you may have looked at and want to do the exercise they do. Wipe that completely out of your thoughts because what you want to do in your exercise program or this your fitness workouts, your exercise or your nutrition, keep everything super simple and basic. If you can't get the basics down, how can you handle the more complex stuff? So I'll give you an example of basics. So I started my weightlifting journey when I was 12 years old. Now I'm 57. So think of how many years have I been working out. And all those years haven't been in the gym. Even now, I don't work out at a gym. I just work out right here. If you're looking at me on YouTube, right there, that's my gym. I got some Bowflex dumbbells, two pairs, the ones that go from 5 to 52 and a half, and then those on the rack go from 10 to 90. So what I'm trying to tell you is keeping everything super simple. And I'm gonna put up here on the screen right here, and I'm gonna show you this picture I took. I just Googled what are old school workouts. So look at this picture here. Now, this is basically how I worked out when I started. You know, it says the incline barbell press, incline dumbbell flies, weighted dips, reverse grip lat pull downs, one arm dumbbell rows, deadlift off floor, seated machine press. And that's just a small portion. You see where it says 3 sets, 6 to 8 reps? That is what I did. This is here what I did. Now, of course, it's not showing like the bicep curl, the tricep presses, or the squats. But that was when I would open up a Muscle and Fitness magazine, they would just lay out a workout like this. I had to go and figure out what those workouts were, those exercises were. And I understood what sets and reps were. So that's basically it. I did that, and still to this day, this is what I do. These basics, these foundation moves are still in my exercise workout routine, my plan. Because you can't try to make it, how would you say it, fascinating or different or new to you because the body still moves the same way. You see people on the social media, they do these fancy moves for their core, or do this for your biceps and triceps, or jump across the room like a wild animal or something. Well, if you if you did all of that, chances are you're gonna get hurt, and it's gonna be hard to make it consistent. But if you simply did the basics, the how do you the stuff I just mentioned here, if you broke it down that way, it's doable each and every day, or at least 3 times a week. Now, um, I say this on my other program. I've said this on other shows. I am working on something because I think I'm starting to understand the mind of many people. I might not have gotten it right, so I want to work on something that will help you do the basics, stick to them, and then see the results you need to see. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: Are you over 50? Are you over 60? Are you over 70? Do you have the desire to get on stage? Like I'm gonna show you this picture here. Look, this is an image of me on stage in bikini underwear or just a bikini, and to show your body off. I have no desire for that at my age. And if that's you, if you don't have that desire at your age, don't work out to get like that. Don't eat to get like that because it takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, and it's really a strategy, a strategic planning to get that right. And if that's not your goal, throw it out the window. Don't do those kind of things that the competitive bodybuilder or physique model does. Don't do those kind of exercises. Stick to the basics. Now, I always like to think of it like comparison to building a house or building a building. If you find someone that builds a structure, a building, a house, whatever, and if you find that they start with the roof first, they put the roof on first, then the walls, then the foundation. I'll pay you. I'll just pay you whatever you want if you can find somebody that can build a structure like that, because you won't find anyone that can build a structure like that. You start with the basic foundation, and some of those moves that I showed you in that picture are pretty much foundational moves. Maybe not the dumbbell flies or weighted dips. I wouldn't tell you at the age of 50, 60, 70 to do weighted dips, although you can, but you can work up to that. This show is called Beyond the Workout. So I want to tap in, not to keep talking about exercise, 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 but that's what I do. And I want you to know that we start with the mental. And mental is a sore subject to many people. It's not a fun topic, but start with your mental needs and your physical needs to be in shape. Think about that. You want to be healthy through and through. So it is beyond the workout, but the reason I talk about workouts because that's what I do. It's not all I do, but I want you to see that you can gain results by doing the simple things, putting your mind to it, and being consistent. That's what I was trying to share with Joel, and that's what I wanted to share with you. Now, this podcast, it might sound like I'm rambling a little bit, but I want the theme to be keep it super simple. KISS. That's what I'm trying to say. Put your mind to it. Um, Make a rule of what you're gonna do. Because I got another thing I'm gonna share with you that make it really easy. But when you think of keeping your workouts, keeping your exercise simple, keeping your eating habits simple, I don't want you to minimize its importance. Sometimes we'll say, "Oh, you can get a workout in 5 minutes and be done," which you can, but it has to compound over time. And I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that. So you can't say I can do 5 minutes on a Monday and then on a Saturday I'll be done. 5 minutes. Did 10 minutes of working out for the week? No, you can't. You have to let it build. But I wanted to just make sure you understand. Let's get the foundation moves together, and you can look up basic. This is what it's called: basic exercises for your chest, your back, your legs, your shoulders, your biceps, your triceps, and your core, your abs. So that's 7 moves, right? I'm gonna tell you again. I'm basically building you a workout program. You do a You look it up, basic workout program for your chest, your back, your legs, your shoulders, your biceps, triceps, and ab area. And let's just say you did that 3 times a week. You just did the whole body on a Monday, then a Wednesday, and a Friday. You can, you will see phenomenal results, but you want to be able to measure that. So you just, those are the basic foundational moves you would do every day. I mean, every other day, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and take weekends off. And the way you see yourself progressing with that is to measure how strong you get. So let's just give an example. Let's say you're going to do the bench press and you had some dumbbells like I have here. You say, okay, I'm going to do 20 pounds each hand 10 times. Okay, boom, boom, boom. That was easy. Then you might say, okay, on Wednesday, I'm going to go 25 pounds and see if you get 10, good. And then on Friday, you say, okay, I'm going to try 30 pounds. And you say, oh, okay, I just got 8 with that. That was a little heavy. Well, Monday, remember you did 20 easily for 10. Then 25, you made 10. Well, that next Monday, start with 25. And keep going on that 30 on a Wednesday, then 30 again on a Friday. Because you want to stay with the 25, stay with 30. I'm sorry, you do 25 for 10. You want to stay with 30 until you can get it for 10. Once you get it for 10, then you move up to 35. That's how you measure your progress with weight training. So that was one. And now what I was going to tell you, and I want to get off the subject of all this exercise, workout, lifting weights, because I know it can make it can be tiresome sometimes, but this is what I'm doing. I work one body part every day for 6 days. Let me see if I got that right. Let me tell you what I do. So you remember how I showed you find the basic exercises for your chest, your back, your shoulders, and so on and so forth. I go 6 days. So I'll do a chest workout. That's it. It'll be 3 exercises or 4 exercises of chest on a Monday. The next day will be the triceps, 3 exercises for triceps. Then the next day would be leg day. On like a Wednesday, I would do 3 or 4 exercises for legs. And then on a Thursday, shoulders. And Friday would be back. And then Saturday, biceps. So I finish those 6 sections of my body in 6 days. And I try to do it within 25 minutes. Because in between, I might throw in a little core exercise. Now, that is a tip that you can incorporate if you're a very busy person. But you got to set a rule. So, my rule is every day I get home from work, within an hour, I do my workout. Within an hour. So, if I get home at, let's say I get home at 5:30. Before 6:30, I have to do my workout. So I'll come in this room, get set up, and do my workout. That's my rule. And my happy place is, I remember when I did this back in the past, when I competed in competition, I did body sections each and every day, 6 days a week, and I saw great results. So as a little tip, you can try, and I think you will enjoy it. But as a fitness coach, if you need help, reach out to me, and we can talk about how to design you a program that can work for you. If you want me to help you through it for a few weeks, we can talk about that too. So now, as I'm gonna wrap up here because I wanted to talk about the mental and uh, the rule and the happy place, and to reemphasize what I talked about with Joel, the eating part. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell everyone out there, the eating part has to be super duper simple. And here's a tip that I give to clients, new clients, and it's I think it baffles them because they think, wow, that doesn't make sense. For the first 2 weeks, if you're trying to adjust your program, your eating, and start eating healthy, Just eat what you normally eat for 2 weeks. The only thing I say to change is portion control it. So, and I always tell people eat 5 to 6 meals a day. Sometimes you're so busy you probably can do four, but that's fine because maybe before you hit the sack, you go to bed, you might feel hungry. Take a little tiny snack, some protein, almonds, cashews, whatever, to help you sleep. But here's what I mean. Let's just say you like to have scrambled eggs, bagel, and bacon or toast for breakfast. Maybe you scramble up 4 or 5 eggs, have 5 or 6 strips of bacon and a whole bagel. What if you could just take that 4 or 5 scrambled eggs down to 2 scrambled eggs, mix some veggies in it, and then a half a bagel and 2 slices of bacon. Now you're not stuffed, but you're satisfied. Because what you're going to do in about 2.5 to 3 hours, you're going to have a snack on top of that, after that. Because they say it takes your stomach about 2.5 to 3 hours to empty. So once it empties and the food, the nutrients start processing into your intestines and going through, about 2.5 to 3 hours of eating a light portion of what you normally eat, you might sense a stomach growl. Okay, your intestines are talking to you. Now it's time to eat your little snack. Your snack could be, whatever you normally eat for a snack. I don't care what it is. It might be a Snickers bar. It might be 2 Snickers bars. Eat it, but then don't eat anything after that. Try to wait another 2.5 to 3 hours to see if you're hungry again. So this is why I do that. Because if you did it for 2 weeks and you ate just what you normally eat, don't say, oh, my trainer wants me to eat, rice cakes and salad. Told one client to eat salad for breakfast. She never forgets that. She always reminds me that I told her to eat salad for breakfast. You can do that too, so it's no harm in it. I've done it, but don't. Anyway, so the reason I tell you to do that is because after 2 weeks, you have trained your body to remind you to eat after 2.5 to 3 hours. Believe it or not, sometimes you can set up a watch. You can set up your watch and say, "Boop, I want to set this the next time I'm eat is 3 hours from now. Remind me." Guarantee you, after about 1 to 2 weeks, and it might be 1 week, your body, after you eat that small portion, don't go back for seconds. Just be satisfied. Your body will remind you. You will feel as, oh, I'm hungry. What time is it? Oh man, it's 2.5 hours later. It's 3 hours later. Boom, have that light snack. It could be a smoothie. It could be almonds and peanut butter. I don't know what it could be. Like I say, it could be Snickers bars. But just eat what you normally eat and feel comfortable eating that. Because then, now after 2 weeks, you're doing this, and your body is constantly reminding you. But now you probably start noticing some changes in your inches, your energy, maybe even your weight. You'll see those changes. Now, if your energy levels or your strength levels aren't good, then we start tweaking those little things. Like, for instance, I would eat ice cream, okay, or probably shouldn't use ice cream. That's a little drastic. Maybe I'll say soda. What I would do is maybe I like a soda, but now instead of drinking a high sugary soda, I might get one of those flavored seltzer waters, those flavored sparkling waters. And I like it a little sweet, so I drop a few drops of stevia in it. But it's not the soda and it's not the sugar content, but it's a sweetener, a natural, healthy sweetener in stevia. But it still feel like I'm having a soda. So those are the little tweaks you can make on little things. You start with, let's say if we started with breakfast and work down. You might say, okay, instead of having whole eggs scrambled, every day, I might do this day whole egg, next day egg white, this next, flip flop like that. So I don't want it to seem confusing what I'm talking about here, but I just was eager to get this podcast done, this show done, because I got others that I want to interview. I mean, because I want to talk to other people that have challenges. But in between, I might try to throw a solo show in like this to emphasize what I do as a trainer. My goal is to make it super simple for you to get your mind right in this and not think of, I got to do this to get on stage and be a competitive bodybuilder. No, you want to get in shape, lose this excess fat that could be causing havoc on your body, and you want to feel strong, you want to feel confident. So I hope this is clear for you all out there. I wanted to keep it short. I try to keep my podcast around the 30-40 minute spot. I'm at about 25 minutes now. Um, but it was a burning desire to get this show in for you. And I want to know if you have any questions around it. Um, I'm not that big on social media, but if you go to Coach underscore Eric Dunston on my Instagram or Eric Dunston on Facebook, if you send me a direct message, fine. I will look at it. I will see it if I could see that little red dot. If you're on social media, or you could go to my website. It's ericdunston.com. Uh, and somewhere on that site, I think toward the bottom, you'll see a button that says Let's Chat. I'm trying my best to keep up on my site. I'm trying my best to start doing social media a little bit more, just tap it more. But my podcasts are the things that I'm enjoying because I can feel like I'm talking to you, and I hope you're listening. So I don't know everything I've just said to you, and I hope something of what I said resonates with you. But I really want you to think simple, build foundations. Oh, and another thing I was going to tell you, because I heard this, you hear about people say, get in shape in 90 days. You know what? I don't want you to do a 90-day program. I don't want you to do a 1 month program. I want you to do a lifetime program. When you do basic exercise, I want you to be able to come in and say, okay, I can do this every single day for the rest of my life, no matter if I'm 50, 60, 70, or 80 years old. And I don't know if you've seen I did a little clip. I don't even think I made it a show, but I have to try to have her on. But I had a lady on that I started training, and I'm gonna tell you this. I'll try to make it brief. I'll make this brief story. So what she would do, she would go into the gym, and her husband would just walk on the treadmill. And you see her on the treadmill, she'll get her little walk on, but then in the end, she just looks sluggish. She says, I'm so weak. I just wish I can work out and lift weights. I wish I knew how. Well, I took her on as a client, and she blossomed. And did I tell you her age? I don't even think I said her age. At that time, she was 69 years old. The beautiful thing about it, she got strong so quick. And in two areas, I'll tell you she got strong in. The deadlift, I don't like deadlifts, but she was loving it. She weighed 98 pounds and she was lifting 125 pounds off the ground. So much so she was excited that she would just grab a heavy bar, and I said, don't do it. Wait, let's warm up. Let's get. But she would do it anyway. I thought she was going to hurt herself. She was powerful. One thing that she said she benefited from that is that after getting strong, she said she would carry her own groceries. She wouldn't ask anybody to help her carry, not even her husband to help her carry her groceries. Hopefully, I can have her on to interview her. She's really, really super nice and exciting. The next thing I had her do was leg presses. Now, tell anybody that you get on a leg press machine, you are strong. Your legs are strong. So she started off, she was struggling with about her weight, 80 pounds, 90 pounds. It was a struggle. Got her up to 140 pounds on that leg press with reps. So the beauty of seeing her progress because she was getting strong, wow, it was amazing for me and it was amazing for her. And she, to this day, she's still doing it because she can. She knows how. I taught her the layout of a gym. I taught her to look around and see and understand in correct form how to do things right. And the last thing I told her, I don't want to get out, I want to get off here, as I told her, the weights are stupid, not you. Learn to do them right. Learn to lift them right. Learn to lift them in control. Don't let them control you. So I said a lot here because I'm just excited to get this show out. Because I'm hoping as you listen, you saw something, heard something, felt something to get you on your journey to be healthy, mentally happy, and then structured, rule oriented about your health. Let me know. I'm here. Coach E, signing out. Take care.